Pisces, hello. Welcome to I Am the Monad Tarot. Thank you so much for choosing me and trusting me with your reading. I certainly hope and pray that all is well, Pisces. And I hope that you're staying warm and safe. Pisces, I'll be doing your reading from the Rider Waite. And I'd like to say thank you for all your likes, your shares, your subscribes, your comments, and your feedback. All right, Pisces, let me get you some good shuffles in. We'll begin your reading. Okay. Give you a nice three-way split, Pisces. Two shuffles for Pisces. One more shuffle. All right, Pisces, let's get into it. Okay. Oh, Pisces, I heard somebody has your money and they're walking away. I don't know if did they steal it or did they borrow it and just not paying you back. Okay, but they got something, of course, that belongs to you. Okay, I'm hearing dollar signs. Okay, money. They owe you money. They owe you a lot of money. Okay, I mean, like they don't want to retrieve it, but they don't want to pay you back. Okay, they plan on keeping it. I'm hearing keeping it for a while. I'm hearing something about until it lingers. I don't know. They're just gonna hold on to it. Okay, but this is money. I feel like now I'm hearing this is money that they borrowed from you. Okay, and they don't want to give it back. They're going to act like, I don't know if they're going to block you or if you're not going to be able to contact this person. But if you do get in contact, they're going to act like this situation is over. They may even lie and say, I paid you back. Okay? Or maybe say something like, I don't owe you. Okay? And it's a lot of money. It's not a little bit. Okay? It's a lot. They owe you a lot. You know, in a way they did steal it. They borrowed it and didn't pay you back, okay? And I feel like they're refusing to pay you back now. Maybe you were helping this person out. You know, maybe they needed to pay a bill or just needed some money, okay? I'm hearing like, for the time being. Yeah, they told you they was going to pay you. I'm not quite sure they ever had any intention of paying you back. But I do feel like they told you they were going to, okay? But they didn't. Okay, and they haven't, and I feel like right now they don't plan to. This is somebody that it's always this. Somebody that I feel like you were, were caring to, loving to, nurturing to, helping a person out, okay, because they were in need. They might have been doing well financially at one point themselves. Okay. Either that or they just don't know how to handle money. Okay. And they ain't trying to learn. They still might have been doing well financially and just don't know how to handle money. Okay. Get it in their hands and next thing you know it's gone as soon as they get it. Okay. But that's a lot of people. But instead of getting it in their hands, okay, let me take care of the needs first. Okay, let me pay the bills first, the car note, the rent or the mortgage, light bill, the gas bill, make sure some food in the refrigerator or whatever, okay? Then let me go on out and spend some money on myself, okay? I feel like this is the type of person who would get the money, go out and spend it on themselves, and then bills aren't paid, and then somewhere like knocking on people's door, can you help me? I heard that's exactly who they are. That's exactly how they don't have no control. Okay. They don't have no control, over themselves. Okay, any discipline. Okay, when it comes to financial, I heard purposes, but financial matters. Wow, I mean, they rather let the lights go out. Okay, pay the light bill later, the electric bill, and all of that kind of thing at a later date, so that they can get the things that they want. The haves, I'm hearing. Okay, have to have. Okay, just no control, no discipline. hearing something about they refuse to discipline themselves. They just want to spend money, just like ruthlessly, shamelessly, okay, and buy the things that they want. I don't know, this may be the type of person, they know they had this issue, and then when they come to somebody, it's like a sob story, like all the time. Like some kind of lie they done conjured up, instead of just saying, listen, I'm just frivolous here with my spending, and I fucked up, okay? Always conjuring up some kind of, I ain't gonna say what I just heard. I don't know what that's all about, okay? But conjuring up some kind of lie. Here, let me look this word up real quick. I don't know if it... sometimes these words have more than one meaning. Often they do. But this one don't. I'm not gonna say it unless you just need to get this, I'll put it like this, okay, based off the meaning of the word. You just need to get this person up out your energy. Okay? Get them about your energy field. Okay? Remove them, I'm here, from your aura. Okay? Remove them from your life, okay? Because then I'm here like they're not gonna do right, okay, by you or anyone else. Okay. Yeah, that's I don't know if it's some kind of everybody has their vices, okay, or these compulsive behaviors, okay. Maybe some people's eating, some people's this, some people's that, some people shopping and spending money. Okay, that might be this person's issue. Okay, I don't know if it brings them some kind of relief, but they have a lot of things. This is the type of person, you walk in the house is just probably lavish and fucking beautiful as hell. Okay, they got all the nice shit. Okay, all the nice furniture, all the nice, everything is matching and pristine and really nice, but the lights and gas is gonna be turned off, for the 5th time this year. Why? Because I bought this nice, pretty shit and haven't paid my bills. That's this type of person. Okay, and I don't know, they feel good. It makes them, like I said, I don't, if it's a compulsive type of would that be the word, compulsive issue that they have? Okay, whatever, because it makes them feel good. It makes them happy. And also, they might be in, like they say, trying to keep up with the Joneses. Okay, trying to compete with others. Okay, or just got to keep up with them. Okay, and not really taking care of home. This is real cut and dry. Okay, definitely this is with this 2 of Cups in reverse. If that's how they're gonna treat you, it's like it's a friendship that needs to end. Okay. But this, at the same time, this may be the type of person that's always, complaining, like, when is it going to happen for me? Feeling bad for themselves. It is like a cycle here. Something will set something off. Maybe they might see somebody with something really nice, okay? Maybe really pricey, maybe really costly, okay? And they don't have that particular thing, okay? And then they feel down in the dumps. When is it going to happen for me? How come I don't have nice stuff like that, like them, when they do have nice things like that? Okay, maybe even better. Okay, and then, even though that the rent is due in like a day or two, or the mortgage is due. This is the type of person that they would go buy a house knowing that good goddamn well they can't afford to keep up with the payments. Won't heed any what people are saying, the warnings, or maybe they can't afford it in a particular neighborhood, but they got to be in that neighborhood because that's where such and such is. Or I can't let people think that, I have to live in the hood, even though you can afford a nice house. These hoods be having some nice ass. They're old ass houses, them inner city houses. And not all of them are bad. Okay? I mean, any house, anywhere you live, it's the upkeep. Okay? It be big ass houses, real wood, brick. You understand what I'm saying? Some of them be big as fuck. You know what I mean? Just huge. Because like there was a time when people lived in those houses where people had money that lived in those houses historically. And things changed over time. So then it became the inner city, that when certain people left and certain groups people came in, and then they let shit go down, the government of the area, whatever, and then it become a hood, but the houses is still standing fucking strong. Will outlast any of the new shit they building. What my grandmother said, with that plywood, aluminum siding. That's how she was saying. And all that aluminum siding. Okay. One time it was a storm, a real bad storm one time. My grandmother wasn't doing well, and we went to see her. Me and a friend of mine went to see her, and she was just talking about these houses, and they take these nice houses and put all that aluminum siding on it. It was so funny. And she said the storm, whatever it was a bad storm. It like pulled the aluminum siding off of a house. She said, I can't remember whose house it was, but she said, you should have seen it. Aluminum siding was all up and down the street. It was. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, them old houses in the hood, they're real wood. It's the upkeep. It ain't always where you live, it's how you live. You can live somewhere and it's supposed to be a suburb, supposed to be nice and this, that, and other. You go in a house and it's just like, goddamn. Do y'all ever clean? Do you ever wash the baseboards and shit? It's stank and whatnot. You may be living up here top this hill, but it's grotesque. It's not always where you live, it's how you live. But this is the type of person here, Pisces, that not for them. There's always where you live. So they can afford a beautiful house, maybe a huge house, maybe a 4 or 5 bedroom house or some shit like that, down the hill in the hood. Okay? Glenville and shit. Kinsman. I'm speaking Cleveland areas, okay? Kinsman ain't down here. Okay. But anyway, dare I say East Cleveland? I was having a conversation today with somebody about it. And they were saying, people are buying houses in East Cleveland. And they're moving in them houses and fixing gentrification. And so it begins. Okay. But anyway, very rough area. But anyway, it wasn't always like that. It was total opposite. But anyway. Okay. But no. They can barely afford a 2-bedroom up there, up top of that hill. And their advisor, their financial advisor, who's another, their real estate agent is telling me, with your salary, I don't know if that's going to be a good fit. You don't want to get yourself in any kind of trouble. No, I can do it. Okay. And they can't. This is that type of person. But he, whoever this is, they can't have, the co-workers and the church folk and the family and the college friends or whoever and whatsoever looking at them. They gonna be laughing at me if I had this 4 or 5 bedroom house down here off 105. Even though it's big as fuck. It's over 100 years old and it's sturdy than a motherfucker. Ceilings is high, the rooms is huge. You understand what I'm saying? Okay, the kitchen is huge. It's beautiful. All the woodwork ain't been painted over. It's gorgeous in this motherfucker. But they gonna laugh at me, so I'm gonna go get me one of them houses up there in Cleveland Heights, Shaker Heights. One of them heights up there is only a 2-bedroom. It's smaller than a motherfucker, but you can't afford it. Property taxes is cheaper down here in this hood, but but I can't have them looking at me like that, and I can't really afford it, so they constantly. And they know they can count on you, Pisces, because you're a good friend to them. Okay. But they probably owe so many people, not just you. And it's probably gotten to the thing where it's become overwhelming and they're in some fucking kind of serious debt. And don't want to tell you. Shame. I can't have them thinking I'm doing bad. But you are. Financially so. This is that type of person that just taking any risks that they really know that they shouldn't be taking, and being unfair to someone who's been a good friend and don't want to pay them back. Okay, this might be a water sign. Okay, who's doing this to you? Okay, all right. Emotions just everywhere, every which way. Okay, and this may be the ending of the friendship. Yeah. Can't handle their emotions. It could be a fire sign. Okay, water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, or that could be you. You could just be like, I'm pissed. Enough of this shit. Okay. I've been good. I've been nice. I've been kind to this person. I've been loving to this person. I've been generous with this person. But fuck it, I'm tired of this, and I'm about to end this relationship. And this person could be a fire sign, Aries, Leo. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Okay, who's just not handling business. Okay, plain and simple. Okay, and they wants to treat you like you some kind of bank, or like it's kind of giving a feeling here like you may feel like this person is taking on this attitude of like you owe them. Okay, or this entitlement. And I just feel like, no, you ain't gonna let this person do this to you no more. They have shown they ass. Enough of that. And you're just like, no, this is the end of this relationship. Okay, I'm not gonna deal with this no more. Okay, and you letting this devil energy here go. You ain't gonna be hooked in. You might even be related to this person. Okay, you're not gonna work with this person anymore. They've done enough here, breaking your heart. You're not about to carry their burdens no more. The end of that. Okay, I don't know. You may have to take some legal action against this person. Sometimes people just say, fuck it, and just write it off. Okay, and move on, depending on how much it is. Okay. This might be the type of person, you may take them to small claims court, you may take them to court or whatever, and you sue them or whatever, and they can't pay you because they ain't got no money. They don't have the money to pay. But it is still, a judgment against them. Okay, which I'm sure counts for something. Okay, anything else for Pisces? Okay, wow. 5 of Cups upright. You may regret this. Okay. And I feel like you may feel sad too. Like, yes, that feeling like you may have to end a relationship. But like I said, this may be someone in your family. It could have been someone maybe that you were married to in the past. Okay. But I feel like more so you feel hurt. Like hurt that it had to come to this. Okay. And you maybe feel like this person doesn't love me as much as I've done for them. Okay. And this is the treatment that I get. Let's see what we get from the Moonology for Pisces. From the Moonology deck. Okay. Look, I don't know about them, but for you, prosperity lies ahead. Oh, they really gonna be knocking on your door then, Pisces. Don't say shit. Okay. Right. I don't know. Look at the bigger picture, Pisces. Okay. Full moon in Sagittarius. I don't know what the bigger picture may be here. Okay. Anything else for Pisces? It's like 3 cards here. Okay. And expect powerful change. Okay. So you may have something coming in, okay, for being generous and caring and compassionate. Probably knowing this person, they ain't handling their money right, but I can't let them sit over there, them in the cheering. You know what I'm saying? Or even if it's just them by themselves, they ain't got no gas, they can't cook, like about to be cut off. You probably done took them meals and shit. You know what I'm saying? Who knows how much you have helped this person and how much you've given them over the years. All right. And they just like, shit, fuck it. But again, this person might just be embarrassed. I don't know. All right. what is it? Labradorite. Okay. Serendipity. 17. Your life path number might be 8. Let's see what we have for serendipity. Labradorite. Light skims across my surface in an iridescent dance. Breathe, and the color will find its way to you. A rainbow caught in rock, an illusion in form. Light brushes across your spirit in lustrous recognition. The magic in you, a miracle born. Breathe, and the path will find its way to you. Labradorite is a gray feldspar rock that displays strong iridescent shades of blue, red, orange, green, and yellow, known as labradorescence. It is linked to the zodiac sign of Leo, Scorpio, and Sagittarius, and the element of water. The energy that resonates from this stone is a vivid ultramarine blue that stimulates the base, throat, and third eye chakras. Known as a stone of magic, Labradorite helps the holder to develop psychic abilities. It also brings the gift of serendipity, meaning you will find yourself in the right place at the right time with the right people. Okay. You may be incredulous at the number of coincidences that come your way, as well as the opportunities that seem to land in your lap. Labradorite is a very attractive stone. It is often made into jewelry items, making it easy to wear as often as possible. When worn in a headdress, it can stimulate the third eye chakra. Drawing this card is fortunate indeed. Divinatory meaning: acknowledging and working towards a goal reveals ready-made support and connections. Effort is met by further opportunity. A meaningful coincidence leads to an unexpected invitation. Your stars are aligning. Be ready. Affirmations: I have the gift of serendipity. I am in the right place at the right time with the right people. I am fortunate. My psychic gifts continue to develop. I certainly hope that resonated with some Pisces. I ask that you all like, share, and subscribe to those who have subscribed to my channel. Thank you. If you have not, but you watch my videos, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, thumbs up, comment, come over, see what's happening here. I am the Monad Tarot, and you all have favor. Peace.